Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today we're going to take a look at some 3D printed models that I have been messing around with, and this is my first venture into 3D printing on my own rather than having somebody else do it, so just excuse the quality of the prints. It's not the designer's fault, it's 100% me. So anyway, today we're going to take a look at the Blighterghast Reanimators, which are from Battle Yak Miniatures, a new up-and-comer that I came across on the internet. And I gotta say, I like the look. So the Blighterghast are these kind of cobbled together undead alchemical creations. We'll look at him in a sec. And so there's a couple of different models. We have the Warghast Cludgerbrutes, which is what our friend is right here. And then there are also the Bile Spewers, who have kind of chemical guns attached to them as well. So I really dig this set because what was interesting was you have quite a bit of options in terms of what you can actually make. So our Cludgerbrute friend here is a single piece. He's designed just as is. Obviously you can mirror that and play around with it if you want. There were 3 variations on the Cludgerbrute. Here's another one with a crazy Robocop head and a giant pincer claw. There's a third one. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But then if you don't want to bother with the single piece, everybody's designed the same, well, they have a nice little option for you where you can then have a modular hand version as well. So there are all kinds of options for the hands. We got the bill hooks, mallets, bone saw, buzz saw things, some kind of chemical injector, another type of claw, and my personal preference, drill hands, because who doesn't want drill hands? But let's say that's still not enough for you, and you really want to have a bunch of undead monstrosities on the board if you want to use them as some kind of evil admech, dark admech servitors or something. Well, you can then take it to the next level, and then there are completely modular ones where you don't have anything attached anywhere, and there's at least 6 or 7 different head variations that you could use. Kind of goggled skull face, if I can get it focused there. Not really, it seems. Better. And I just printed a couple random options there. So those are the Cludgerbrutes, and like I said, so you could really goof around and come up with all sorts of different variations on that. But then there's also the Bile Spewers, as I said earlier. So these guys have these kind of cannons, and they have an option with either liquid goop coming out or not. And just like them, they have an option for having with a head attached and without a head attached, obviously, and then modular hands as well as the goop or no goop. And you can see where I had a bad print error right there, but it's okay. It works. So we have 2 varieties of little guys, but then the fun stuff is there's also the big boy right here. So this is, I believe he was called the Blight Hulk. And again, I should probably mention, these bases are also included. There are all these stitched flesh ones with studs and ports in them. Some of them, I swear, had faces. They have, like, smoke and poison coming off them, I guess. That's when you can see a face right there on the base. So, he's a big dude. Reminds me of a Great Unclean One. Now, his hands actually are modular, too. There's a version, I believe, with and without. So you have all kinds of options with the files. You can see here he is significantly larger. That's a 50mm base he's on. Where's my marine friend? So yeah, definitely looks like they can give some marines a run for their money. Or if you're going to use them in any kind of, you know, RPG tabletop thing of your own devising, then that would work too. But right now, I'm going to go get these guys primed up because I feel like I did such a poor print job. And you can see like all those terrible spots where I did a horrible job removing all the supports, that hopefully with a little bit of spray on and clean up, I can really make these guys shine. So give me a sec, and we'll see how they turn out after that. Surprisingly, he's not as bad, but yeah. Did you like the fun port job there? Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get these guys primed up and see how they turn out. All right, so we got our Kludger Brutes all glued together here, along with everybody with the lethal injection. And I gotta say, a nice prime job definitely helps, even though I did not do the best cleanup job, but that's something that the paint will hide. Hooray! And I did not do a great job cleaning, but I gotta say, for my very first prints, and yeah, I know, this one, yeah, it's a mess. I think the only way to go from here is up. So, and then fatty here at least. You know what? Honestly, those sprue scars I think add a little bit of charm and cellulite to his butt there, so it adds to it. And then, you know what I actually did? I think I showed them off already, but I went ahead and painted one. I grabbed the sloppiest one that I could find. And I didn't really do a whole lot of cleaning, but I don't think it's as noticeable, is it? I hope not. I mean, obviously, yeah, I know I need to do a significantly better job, but with a quick paint job, I think it really helps bring out the details. And in fact, I think this is the first of the Blighterghasts or the Kludge Brutes that I've even seen painted. So I don't know if there's any other painted examples. By all means, please point me to them. But like I was showing before, I think having them as some kind of alchemical automatons to fight in like a D&D type campaign, or some kind of misbegotten Frostgrave abomination, I think they would work quite well. If you wanted to have them as some kind of admech, maybe without all the juices flowing off of them, I think that would totally work as well. The big guy in the back, maybe not so much. And honestly, if you're like most 40k players, I think if you print these out with the modular versions of the bodies that don't have the weapons attached, I think that's a pretty quick and easy conversion job. But just plug it in some cannons, you know, throw some sponsons or whatever, throw some ammo boxes on his back. You got yourself a nice, ready-to-go servitor. I mean, what isn't to like about that? And then, you know, definitely it's going to be some fun stuff to paint. So I enjoyed these, I gotta say, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other interesting concoctions Battle Yak Miniatures is going to come up with. Hopefully something as unique as this. I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, they make pretty easily identifiable Mechanithralls if you wanted to go the war machine route, but, you know, it's not like there's a overwhelming amount of models that follow that kind of theme and design, so there's always room for new and interesting, bizarre, undead abominations. With that said, this is High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.